Today we have the beautiful Tashina, and my name is Antara Earth Angel Davis. Tasha has spiritual training as a sun dancer. She's a pipe holder. She's a sacred dancer, a healer, and a star connector. She has always been surrounded by the angels, the star beings, the Galactic Federation of Light and Creator. And we're very, very, very honored that you have agreed to step forward at this time and share your wisdom with us, your light, your heart, and we're just honored. Thank you, Tasha. And she has agreed to start our session here with the sacred prayer, sacred offering. So we ask all our viewers and listeners just to take a deep breath and drop into your heart and connect with the beautiful words and intentions of Tasha.
Greetings. We stand here today in gratitude, love, humility, and joy. And we give thanks to all creators and to all the four corners of the earth. We give thanks to the grandfathers and grandmothers, the casuals of the east, the south, the west, the north, Mother Earth, to Mother Sky, Katak to Geishla. We give gratitude for all that we are, all that we can be, for this gift, breath of life. Bless this earth, bless the children, the animals, the four-legged, the two-legged, those that fly, the waters, the earth, the mountains, the skies, the cloud people. We stand in all creative joy. We do thank you this day. Oh, yes.
If you would, for people who are not familiar with you, let us know a little bit about you, where you're from, your gifts that you started to discover, I guess, as a child, your origins.
Okay, I live here in Arizona, and I grew up in the Midwest. Came down here from the Apache Reservation about almost 4 years ago. I've spent most of my life living in ancient places. At this time, I am here for one reason and one reason only: to help. I have no other reason. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
So this is such a gift. I think that for many, it's a gift we waited for a long time, and a lot of times we don't realize that to be able to give someone to someone or to creative, that it is a gift to the person giving it. And to be allowed to help is something that I am grateful for. It is not that I can demand to help. I am being allowed at this time. And so I say thank you to Creator. Okay, I know you have interviewed other star people, and so I am a star person. Regardless of where I grew up or who I was around. And I knew it from the minute I was a baby. And I was interacting with star family that were teaching me things. The problem was, because I grew up a very normal, stable, loving, supportive family who were normal. I didn't realize I was different, and I didn't realize that everyone else wasn't like this. So I think I was maybe about 6 or 7 years old when I became aware that I was different than other children. And thanks to my family keeping things normal, you know, nothing went to my head and I didn't go off the deep end. But what was happening is off-planet people, my family that I came from, they were coming to me at a very young age. And mind you, I was very young, so I thought this was normal. This was my normal. And they were teaching me how to astral project, what you call, but that isn't what they called it. They were teaching me how to know things. They were teaching me how to see things. And because I was a child, they made a game of it. So I was extremely happy because I could do all these things that we really all can do, and I thought everybody could do. You know, I could go in and out of my body, I could see things, I always knew what was happening around me. I knew when to do something, when not. I could overhear what my mother was saying in the kitchen about the cookies or something. And especially at school, especially at school. I remember, you know, going into elementary school, and all I could hear was the teacher up front going, "Wah, wah, wah." You know, I wasn't hearing a word she was saying, but I was getting A's, and everybody loved me, and my parents were so proud of me, and I thought everybody learned the way I learned. And what you're calling star family, but that's not what they call themselves. You know, the holy ones, those that are what come, they would come, the ancient ones, and they would open things up for me. If it was math, if it was reading, if it was geography, they'd show me lands, they'd show me rivers, they'd show me mountains. And so if I saw a map, I knew, you know, I'd color it, or I would know it. If it was math or science, I would have the answers. So I was very happy. But problems began when I got in high school. And, you know, the latter part of junior high school, because then I was fully cognizant of just how different I was. And I think my first real awareness was a geometry problem and an algebra problem I did in math. The teacher asking me, "How'd you get that answer? Show me your work." And I could pop out the answers at her, but I wasn't showing her the work the way they were doing it. Well, she called my parents and they wanted to know how I did this. And I said, "I just know the answers. And this is how I do it." And they kept throwing math problems at me in physics and science. And I knew the answers. So I was an honor student. I went on to college. It was good. But, you know, I almost flunked at that point because they thought I was cheating. So at that point, I realized, okay, I'm a young adult now, and the world doesn't operate the way I do. I better learn how this world operates because I don't fit. And I'm going to get in trouble. I can't. People were asking me questions I couldn't give satisfactory answers to. How do you know that? How did you know that? How did you know that was going to happen? How do you know the answer to that? I just know it. I saw it. Where'd you see it? Can't you see it? I can see it. I know it's in your purse. I know it's in your pocket. I know where you went last night. You know, and then you start getting in trouble as a young adult. So I ended up living in a cloistered convent about a year. And that came about when I was, my family went to church and came to the attention of the people there that is a little different, because I thought, I'm safe in church, I'm safe in a spiritual environment. I can, but I found out that that wasn't quite the place either to say what you knew and how you knew it, who you were. So they began to question me. How do you know this? How do you know this? Well, I pray a lot. God talks to me. Angels come. Oh, really? Angels come. You see angels? Yes, don't you see the angels? Don't you see the light? And they make me happy, and they give me what I need. And aren't you happy? Aren't they answering your prayers? And so, they convinced me I might want to spend more time in prayer. So, pray more. So I did. I went on a retreat to this convent, and I said, "Well, how about you spend a few months here, just enjoying it?" And so I spent a few months in this cloistered convent, and at that point, I realized very dangerous world for someone like myself at that time in humanity's awakening, because they weren't awoken. So what do you do when you know all of this and everyone around you doesn't? At this point is when my star family came, and when I found myself living in sacred places away from outward society for about 35 years.
35?
Yes, till about 4 years ago.
Really? So you've been just kind of removing yourself from society, so to speak, and putting yourself in sacred land?
Yes.
In retreat centers, or?
Oh, no. I lived with the Native American medicine men and women. And it's only been the last 4 years that I've been actively out here. I've made little, peekaboo trips out. And never lasted long. It's about the longest I've